All right, so everything vibrates. Everything vibrates at a particular frequency. It's how record players work. It's how tuning forks work. You know, when you tap a wine glass with the side of your knife when you're going to make a speech, it vibrates at a particular frequency. Bells of different sizes, they ring out at a different sound, different frequency. Now, if you look at every atom under an electron scanning microscope, you'll see it vibrating. The more energy you put into something, the faster it vibrates. And this is basic science. I remember studying this at school. So you have everything has its natural frequency. It's how the wireless works if you're a Victorian scientist, or if you're not, how radio waves work. And ideas have a frequency too. So just like a tuning fork, if you bring a tuning fork that's vibrating next to another tuning fork of the same size and the same frequency, it will induce a vibration in that tuning fork, and they will start to vibrate at the same frequency. And ideas have a frequency too. So if you look at Twitter, for example, it's a prime example. You get right-wing antagonists. Think of people like Katie Hopkins or Nigel Farage, whatever your politics are. When they get out there and they start vibrating at their really negative low frequency, then they transmit that frequency to others, and people get riled up and they get angry, and you can just see all the remarks, and this goes backwards and forwards from both sides of the political spectrum. People just inducing these frequencies in each other. And you can choose to get riled up and let that negative frequency start to control your frequency, or you can choose something else to align your frequency with. You can raise your vibration. You hear about people talking about raising their vibration all the time. And the way you do that is you rise above it. You rise above all this negative stuff. You don't get drawn into that, because all you're doing then is using your energy in a very negative way. So you can raise your vibration. And you can do this in loads of different ways. And I know it's a bit of an abstract concept. I know it sounds a bit woo-woo, but look at people who look after their health. They educate themselves, they read books, they're not kind of just getting bogged down with this Daily Mail bullshit of negative politics, gossip, all this kind of really pretty negative stuff. They're instead having a diet of quality information, quality food, they look after themselves, and they're raising their vibrations. And when you do that, you move from a position of hate, of anger. Look at Donald Trump. His vibration is so low. Him, Nigel Farage, Boris Johnson, all of these toxic politicians and the toxic media, the tabloid press, for example, their vibrations are very low. And they appeal to people who also have low vibrations, and they can induce a low vibration in you. If you subject yourself to a diet of all this politics, it really brings your vibration down. But if you surround yourself with people who are giving off good energy, they're coming up with ideas, they're inspiring you to be better, to eat healthier, to think of good ideas, to just conduct yourself in a positive way, to share love with people, to encourage other people, to be inspired by other people, and to inspire other people, to take an interest in people, to do interesting things, then your vibration, it raises. And you can, again, induce a similar vibration in people around you. And you get this equilibrium of vibration. It goes up and up and up. And you see this in politics. You see it in when people go out to vote. When people are feeling good, they vote for much more compassionate leaders who try and bring people together, try and help people. But when the vibration is low and negative, you get a lot of hate. You get people trying to build border walls, for example, control immigration, keep people who need our help away, because they have this negative message of trying to that these people are trying to steal from us. They're trying to invade us or whatever. But when you're at a higher frequency, you see that these people, they're not our enemies. They are just like us, and they need help, and they need attention, and they need compassion. And it's the same for everything. You see people who are out there creating, artists. They are, not just artists, inventors. They're working on a different frequency to us. and they're trying to kind of inspire. They're putting things out there. And I've talked before about the difference between being a consumer and a producer. Producers are generally, it's like being a radiator or a drain. You want to hang around with people who are radiators because they're much more interesting and they're interested in you. But drains, they're just there and they're like, oh man, everything's crap, isn't it? Oh, just immigrants everywhere. Oh, I haven't got any money. Oh, life's awful. Whereas radiators are like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? Let's get the conversation going. Let's build something, create something, bring people together. And it's all about this kind of notion of vibration. And yeah, it's abstract. It's a concept, but everything is vibrating. You get a buzz off a good conversation. And what's a buzz if it's not a vibration? Ideas vibrate. Everything vibrates on a subatomic level, and even on a conceptual level, everything is vibrating. So that's a bit of a random rant for today, but if I'm going to ask you to take anything away from this, try and raise your vibration. Try and embrace an attitude of gratitude. Try to put stuff out there, have ideas, indulge yourself in really positive inputs, not a feast of negativity, not a feast of negative hate politics, or, as George Orwell called that 2-minute hate where everyone just screams at the screens, which is what we seem to be doing on a regular basis. Indulge yourself in good quality food, for not just for your stomach and your body, but for your mind as well, and for your spirit. And really kind of go out there, love people, share ideas, build something, bring people together, and raise your vibration. Listen to good music, read good books, just, be better. And the more of us we can do this, the more of us can raise our vibrations, then, it ripples outwards. It's like that whole thing, you want to change the world, start by changing yourself. So there you go. There's my thought for the day. A bit of a rambling one, as usual. I make these things up on the spot. I don't have a script. I don't really plan it too much. I haven't got time for that. I'm just rambling into my phone in the corner of my living room in a spare 5 minutes, or in this case, 7.5 minutes. But that's the one for today. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers. Bye.